Hello and welcome. You may have heard that Pluto went into retrograde on May 4th, 2025. A couple of astrologers were talking about it, and they were saying that it was important because we got to know what is Pluto going to be doing in Aquarius for 19 years. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about what cosmic point that Pluto went retrograde on. Now, the last time Pluto retrograded in Aquarius, it retrograded on Altair, this beautiful star. And there were some astrologers that talked about this, but I haven't heard anybody talk about this amazing nebula that was Pluto's retrograde point. Interesting. So my name's Renee Varnador, and I'm a galactic anchor, which means that I'm a galactic astrologer trying to anchor in the wisdom and information coming to us from stars and nebula and cosmic points and big, huge gravitational pulls of pulling in galaxies, if you can imagine that. So that's kind of what I do. I love it. And so let's get started. So, yep, here is the nebula. It is the Footprint Nebula. Wow. So that's what it looks like. And it was discovered in 1946. And it kind of looks like the kind of shoes men would wear in 1946. You've got the toe heel and the heel here. And so the person that was tracking this to say, hey, what is this? What is this? And came up with this, called it the Footprint Nebula. But footprint also has this feeling of, okay, we can see our footprints in the sand that kind of help us see, oh, who's been here before, and what kind of shoes they were wearing, or if they were barefoot, or and so it's like, okay, so we know that this is happening, and we know that this nebula is like a pathfinder for us. And that's exactly what we need right now as we're trying to figure out what Pluto is doing. I mean, we had Pluto come in and then go back out into Capricorn and then come in again. I have those dates for you in a second. And we're like, okay, so what is being set up? It's like, okay, there's concrete being poured, and we walked over it really carefully once, and now Pluto is going to retrograde back over most of the territory he's just gone into. Like, he retrograded at 3 degrees, right? Okay, so he made it past the three early degree stars in Aquarius, which I'm going to mention. But what is the foundation that's being built so that we can experience what it is to have this transformational experience, Pluto being the one helping us transform and open our consciousness so we're not stuck in the old stuff that a lot of times we'll like repattern over and over and over again the same old stuff. And we're being invited as humanity to step into something new and different. And we know Pluto in Aquarius is about that. So this Footprint Nebula is helping us navigate this new path that we are bringing in or trying to understand, because that's where humanity is going to transform in different ways. So instead of learning and transforming through our karma and releasing it and letting go, which is a lot of what we're doing right now, especially in the new moon that's coming up on May 12th, 2025. There's a lot of Scorpio energy to help us let go of some stuff. But that's not Pluto's job. Pluto's job is to lay the foundation for us to walk through in this new consciousness where we're thinking not from this little head that worries and fears and is, we needed this a long time ago when we were afraid a tiger was going to eat us. But now we're like scared of so many crazy things, like people lie on television. We're afraid that the stuff they're lying about is really going to happen. Well, we don't know. What is going to happen is that humans keep expanding. Humans' brains keep expanding. And we are moving. Some of the hints we have so far is that we're moving more into our heart. So we have more heart head congruence. And there's going to be like this new awareness and intelligence coming from the heart. All the things we plan to do and decide to create are coming from our hearts. I can see that in the last couple of years of doing new moon ceremonies with people and asking the question, what is being conceived within you now? And having people come up with the most amazing things and visions coming from within their heart. Now, a lot of us will still go, oh, this person's doing that. And they see people in the outer world doing this, that, and the other thing. And then they want to do it too. But we are being asked, and we are giving the tools, and we are giving the inspiration to look within our own hearts and create from that place. The world would be very different if we all created what's new coming up from within our own hearts, don't you think? Comment below if you think that that would be better, or that would be confusing, or that would be like, what? So let me know what you think about creating from within your heart. If you do that all the time, if you look within and make all your decisions based on what's the vision in your soul coming forward, I want to know about it. If you don't know, if you want to know, if you want to be able to look within your heart, then I have a place that you can join me and have this interaction where I help people move into that all the time. And that's at the last slide. So stick around if you want to know how to look within as we are trying to figure out where we are going. What footprints are we following? So here's the dates I promised you. We had Pluto was last in Aquarius, April 4th, 1777. 1777. Didn't the United States have a birth chart in 1776? Yep, it sure did, which is why a lot of people were saying the US is in its Pluto return. And as all these Capricorn things were happening, and Pluto was in Capricorn doing his magic, and a lot of things getting destroyed, a lot of old structures that we don't need anymore getting destroyed. Some people are fuming, very upset about it, and who can blame them? I'm kind of upset too, but I have to get over myself because we are entering. Pluto entered Aquarius on January 20th, 2024, but he didn't stay very long. Okay. He returned to Capricorn on September 1st, 2024. So we just got his little toe in. I mean, Pluto didn't even go as far as my ascendant, which is like 0 degrees, 50 minutes. So he didn't go very far. Okay. And he came back. He went right back to Capricorn. And then he re-entered Aquarius November 19th, 2024. Okay. And he's going to be in Aquarius until January 19th, 2044. Now, if you are shocked and surprised by what Pluto did in Capricorn, pretty big stuff. Pretty big stuff wherever Pluto goes. And so Pluto being in Aquarius, at a time that they were figuring out a whole new way of being in a community and serving each other so that we're all equal. Interesting. I wonder, with the Aquarian feel in that sign of humanity and caring for each other, knowing that there is a unity and whatever is good for the whole whatever is good for one is in the whole. And so it's not just about me, because what is happening to you is also happening to me. And what is happening to me is also happening to you. There is no hierarchy where I get to be better because I'm contemplating this really, high vibe stuff, right? No, no. Whatever it is you're doing from within your own heart is an equal quality, an equal measure to what I am doing from within my own heart. If people are not moving from their heart, we know it and we see it, and we know that it's not going to work, and we know that it's getting exposed. Pluto is exposing all sorts of crazy, all sorts of ego-driven incompetence, and all sorts of, greed and all of that kind of stuff. And personally, we can work on that. Personally, I am looking at all the things, all my material possessions that I get to let go of as I move from one city to another with nothing but 3 suitcases. And I have a 2-bedroom house, 2-bedroom condo, and all of that stuff I have to let go of. So there's just this sense of just letting go of, okay, what do I really need? What do I really need to take with me? So what I'm going to be doing a whole series as Pluto is in retrograde, because this time around, Pluto's been in retrograde May 4th through October 13th. So, and in that time, Pluto is going to go to Altair, Aldebar, and Alberto. These are 3 stars in early degrees of Aquarius. And if you look at this chart, this one is Aldebar, this one is Alberto, which is in the Cygnus constellation, and this one is in Altair, which is in the Aquila constellation. And the last time Pluto went retrograde, when he went back into Capricorn, he was just 2 degrees, and he was like a minute away from being exact, just before he hit Altair. And that gave us information, because I said, okay, I'm going to take this as information for me, that this whole Pluto coming back and forth is about helping me step forward boldly and with courage, because that's what the star Altar on the beak of the eagle is all about. And I'm going to have a whole video more on that as Pluto gets closer back to Altar. He's conjunct Altar right now, so we're feeling it. But as he gets even closer, we're going to talk about it some more. So I'll have another video on that, and then I'll have another video when he comes back to Albier, this one, and then this one. He's going to go, he's not going to be exact. He's not going to go all the way back to 0 degrees. He's going to stop at 1 degree, but he's going to be conjunct this star. So we're going to talk about this. So we're going to talk about all 3 of these stars between now and October 13th. And I'm going to give more information about this footprint nebula in my next video. So stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you want to hear all the latest of what in the heck is Pluto doing in Aquarius, and how these stars and cosmic points can help us be ready for it and figure out on a political level, on a higher plane level, on a multidimensional level, and on a personal little everyday, like I'm moving house level. So love and blessings. I promised that I was going to show you, let me see, quick. I'm going to show you the group that I have in Patreon. It's Soul Portal Journeys Community, and this part is free. You can go and watch my videos that I put up there. They're curated videos, and there's a couple handouts in there too. But intuitives is the private part where we meet together, and that's the part where I help people go into their own hearts and pull up, find the vision from within in their creative space and find that baby step, that grounded everyday life step. And we're going to be talking about why do it? Because it's this beautiful sense of belonging with really intelligent people. It's not just me talking. There's some amazing, amazing people that have some incredible wisdom that they share. So we have been working on multidimensionality, and we've been working on the first dimension, the second dimension. We're on the third dimension right now. And you may think you know it, but there's some things, really taking a perspective of just one dimension that we have access to. We have access to all of the dimensions. And the more we realize that, the more integrated we are as a being. And then we can make decisions more from a higher, fuller perspective of more of who we are. So how do we resolve polarity in 3D? We absolutely can. And we are seeing polarity and we're like, oh my gosh, we got to find it in ourselves and heal it there. And then it will heal in the more external world. Also, we see a lot of polarity in the external. What is the co-creative process in 3D? We're going to talk about that because we get to co-create in 3D. That's why we're here. Woohoo! Okay, if you didn't know that, that's one of the special ways that we get to be on this earth plane. It's, a lot of people are going, oh, he's so 3D. I know I'm in 5D. I really don't care. There's no hierarchy in the dimensions. They're different kinds of experiences. There's a powerful Aramaic seed word that helps us manifest. And so I'm going to be revealing that. I've been studying some Aramaic, which is the language that Jesus and Mary Magdalene spoke when they were walking around on this planet, trying to help us understand that it's not about hierarchy. It's about all of us, whether you're slave or free or male or female or whatever, blah, 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 blah. All of that is happening. So it got changed when the hierarchical patriarchal empire took over and said, okay, we're going to take this now. So here we are 2,000 years later going, okay, what are those Aramaic seed words that help us manifest a different, more Aquarian world that works for all of us? What? So, and then we're going to go into how divine spirit shows up in 3D, because I realized that the divine, the connection to divine source happens at every dimension. And how is it showing up in 3D? A lot of times we look at the world and go, oh, but amazing. We're going to talk about that. And then always the big selling point for this is that powerful guided meditation where we go inside the eye of the heart and we look at our opposites and we look at the overlap of the opposite and we go into the center where our creative visionary capacity lives. Everybody's got it. You just maybe need to be guided there for a few times before you do it on your own all the time. Okay. So that's powerful. And then part of the process is coming up and making it, what are you going to do in 3D to make this happen in your daily life? So that's why I'm a galactic anchor. I want to bring in all this wisdom and bring it down to our absolute daily life. So thank you so much. I hope you're as excited about Pluto in Aquarius and the reflections that we all get to have while Pluto's in retrograde. When any planet's in retrograde, we get to reflect more on what they're bringing and what energies that they are bringing to us. And for Pluto is bringing us transformation. So we're reflecting on our own personal transformations at this time. Love and blessings to all of you, and stay tuned to watch the rest of the videos on this Pluto retrograde. Bye-bye.